playoffs. So what you do is, that way, the number 1 seed gets the bye, and the number 2 through 7, 3 through 6, and 4 through 5. Now, personally, what I'd love to see them do is 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, and 4, 5, and have a week off between the regular season and the postseason. That way, everybody gets 2 weeks to just prepare and relax and get ready to go, and then you'll have an even battlefield, and you'll truly decide who the best team is. But that's just me. What you would ultimately do is, I'd say you would probably just start the games at noon on Saturday, and then 3, and then 6, or if you wanted to like be a little bit later or something. Then what you do is on Sunday, probably something similar. But you don't want to have the playoff games on Monday. And will the NFL have an expanded playoff system this season? I don't think so. Now, this is one right here I want to answer. Would I give Roger Goodell an A, B, C, D, or F for his role as commissioner? A D. Again, blatant disregard for several studies on helmet and player safety. He says about player safety, but he wants to add an 18-game season. Then you go ahead to the fact that he's completely done everything in his power to screw over the Pittsburgh Steelers after it was Dan Rooney himself that voted to get Goodell elected. I remember so many hits the last 2-3 years that were not called illegal that if Harrison would have done it, it would have been illegal. Jackass. Update on the Miami Heat Indiana Pacers game. 37 seconds to go. The Pacers are up 84-80. LeBron has 38 points, and right now, Hibbert with 21 and George with 23. So as we shift gears here, and we sort of talk about some tennis, which is obviously my sport, which I play with a lot of passion and a lot of love. I'll be talking about that in just a second here. Provide the draw loads. All right, here we go. For the record, I did earlier in the calendar year, like right at the start, get a new computer. I got I have to say the speed on it is incredible. I got one of the HP Envy ones with an AMD A10 processor. It's quad core. If you get a chance, get this laptop because it is awesome. And it's a touchscreen, even better. But anyways, back to tennis and sports. So the singles draw through the Sony Ericsson Open for the top half is through to the quarterfinals, and the bottom half, one semifinal has been decided today. Novak Djokovic with a sometime uncomfortable but more or less routine 7-5, 6-3 win over Andy Murray. Andy Murray's still clearly not 100% after his back operation in the offseason. Murray had a break lead up 3-2 in the second, but Djokovic took out the final 4 games to take the match 7-5, 6-3. Right now, Roger Federer is up a set on Japanese's Kei Nishikori. He's won the first set 6-3 and now trails on serve 4-5 in the second. In the top half tomorrow, Alexander Dogopolov, the 22nd seeded Ukrainian, will take on 7th seeded Thomas Berdych, and 12th seed Canadian Milos Raonic takes on top seed Spaniard Rafael Nadal. Now, Milos Raonic being a Canadian, being ranked that high, this is a little bit of a sore spot for me. And it's not because he's Canadian, because because Canadians are awesome. But here's my point. It's that if you look at the population of Canada, it's at 34.8 million as of 2012. The population of the United States is 313.9 million as of 2012. Let's put it that Russia and the United Kingdom combined can't produce as many people as the United States. And if you had Canada, they couldn't either. Right now, all those USA may have the highest ranked players out of those countries, but if you look at from the top down, the USA's tennis representation in the men's tour and almost in the women's tour, it's getting there, is just abysmal. Because John Isner had a really good run to the semis yet last week in Indian Wells and ended up falling in the round of 16 here to Berdych. But other than that, it's just, kind of sad the position of American tennis in this country. Think about it this way. If you look at the men's rankings for United States players, John Isner is ranked number 10. He's the highest ranked American. I got to give Isner a lot of credit. He's 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", 200 something pounds. He's a behemoth. And with all that, body and the fact that he often gets worn out in his matches, the fact that he still can have the runs he does and just continue to fight, because he'll have that hangdog look, but at the same time he's still fighting his ass off. I have a lot of respect for John Isner. Now, if you look at it from the bottom down, we've got 5 Americans in the top 100. Number 98 is Tim Smychek. Number 77 is Donald Young. 63rd is Bradley Klon. And number 62 is Sam Querrey. I'm very disappointed in Sam Querrey because a few years ago he was good, and yes, I know he had the elbow injury and that knocked him out for a while. But here's the point. I've seen him in matches go into the tank, and he just tanks. He's terrible. He gives up so easily. He doesn't fight. He just quits. Emotionally, he just quits. And he's had some wins where he's pulled out matches where he's come back. But, other than that, he's literally been abysmal in some big matches. He's got all the talent. Big serve, big forehand, moves decently well for a guy 6'6", 200 pounds. His career win-loss record is 214-177. Not very impressive. And if you look at his record, in his career, it just even proves the point more. Against top 10 opponents in his career, he is 12-41. And honestly, he's just kind of making American tennis go down. Then you got Bradley Klon, who's never going to get it. And if you look at Ryan Harrison, who in my opinion is a bigger disappointment than Querrey, I don't know what that guy's deal is. He's just slightly older than myself. He was born May 7th, 92. I was born December 19th. And he's ranked 112th in the world, and he is just such a head case. I'd give anything to be able to play in the professional tour, and he takes it such for granted. American tennis right now is completely and totally in the shitter, and I update real quick for basketball fans, the Pacers have beaten the Miami Heat. But one more thing I'd like to mention. More or less, with American tennis, it's this. Spain, France, Russia, and Argentina, there's a reason why those countries dominate the rankings. Because and this is when it gets good. They run tennis boot camps. If you want to play tennis, you'll show up and bust your ass. Americans are way too soft on current players. I've seen several players in my lifetime who had the potential to truly be something great, and they've ended up bombing out as Americans. They're Americans and they just bombed out, more or less, because it's not that they had the drive, it's just that they didn't have the work ethic to do it. Work ethic and drive is one thing. Work ethic is actually working hard, and drive is having the emotional desire, and none of them had the desire, and that obviously didn't have the work ethic either. I would just wish that someday before my life is over, I'm praying to God for this miracle. It's that one day I see an American male hoist a Grand Slam trophy. Because it's been going, this year's U.S. Open coming up will be right around, it'll be 44 majors since an American man has won the U.S. Open. Andy Roddick in 2003. It's getting ridiculous. Come on, guys. Step it up. Well, guys, that is my show for today. Ooh, some more updates I'd like to do. I haven't talked as much hockey as I'd like to. Some results from tonight's games. And through one period in Calgary, the Ducks lead the Flames 1-0. Nick Bonino with a power play goal. In Minnesota, the Canucks taking down the Wild 5-2. And in New York, yes, love it. The Rangers taking out the Flyers 3-1. No, I'm not a Ranger fan. I just have a horrible, strong desire to I just love hating the Philadelphia Flyers. I really do. They are the scum of the NHL. They really are. In fact, I'd actually like to sing a song about the Philadelphia Flyers. So I hope the floor is mine, and I hope you guys will love it. Have you ever seen the Flyers win the cup? Have you ever seen the Flyers win the cup? If you do, you're probably crying, and you're really close to dying if you've ever seen the Flyers win the cup. Yeah, 1975, bitches. Meanwhile, the Penguins have won 3 since. And what have you guys done since? Lost some finals, blown some leads? But, you know, like I said, I try to keep bias out of sports as much as I can, but believe me, if there's any teams like I hate, like in professional sports, Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals, Dallas Cowboys, well, unless they're playing an AFC team and the Steelers need to get in with that, that's one exception, I'll root for them. Shit, who else? Don't like the Flyers. Not a big fan of the Red Wings. Don't like the Capitals. Who else? NBA. Not too many teams in the NBA that I really dislike. Well, not really big on the Celtics. No way I'll root for the Cavaliers. Mavericks, it depends whether I root for them or not. But the Spurs are definitely my favorite team. Love watching them play. But more or less, that's about it, for me tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Kind of went off at the end, but I was just talking about, who I like and who I dislike in sports. I'll probably be heading off to bed soon. I got classes tomorrow. Not particularly fun, but hey, gotta go to class and gotta work to make a living. So I hope you guys enjoyed my show for the night. I'll probably be doing some more stuff tomorrow, and I'll probably be talking about the NCAA tournament because the big games for the Sweet 16, they begin tomorrow. So be sure to watch those and stay tuned to any shows I might want to do. Take care. James Krasneric signing off.